thanks for joining us, though, guys. It's good to get you on. We had to get you guys back to start this new show idea, though. This is it's a new venture for us. Look at us now, guys. Me and John are even sporting Only Good Vibes t-shirts. We've grown up so much since we last spoke to you.
Oh, those are nice. I only have my Marauder shirt on.
Oh, yeah.
That t-shirt. That t-shirt is amazing. Where did you get that t-shirt from?
Hold on. I have to get the box. I don't know.
Bloody ace. I want that.
And it's really cool pizza box.
Oh, nice.
Fine,
oh my God. And the packaging.
That's even got a great
site to look it up.
Oh,
they have tons of great old disco. Yeah, it came in a pizza box. I was really surprised. I was like, this is cool.
It looks like there should be a pizza in there.
Yeah.
No, I would have mixed emotions if the pizza wasn't in there, to be honest. I'd be loving the t-shirt, but there'd be no pizza.
I would be, actually.
Yeah, check out their site, finesouthern-gentlemen.com. They have tons of like old disco shirts and stuff. So take a look and you'll find
very nice.
Cool artists there.
Yes, it's been a while.
What have you guys been up to over the last few months, Dan? I see you've been quite busy with Fresh Farm. It's really kind of all over tax right now.
Yeah, we're doing great, man. It's a lot of work, and I'm very blessed. I'm blessed that my artists, put in a lot of effort, and I think that's really, what it is nowadays. Like back when, I started out, it was, people just made music and threw it all over the place, and whatever stuck. Nowadays it's not really like that. You have to nurture your audience, especially in this time with the COVID. We're all very disconnected, and we don't have that, right now. So it's good that the artists are interacting with their fans and trying to keep the music alive. I think that's what we need right now.
Every time we look over, it's always a new #1 for you guys, Dan. You're kicking ass over there.
Thanks, man. I mean, it's it takes a village, and I'm very lucky that I have a group of people that are heavily involved. I can't take all the credit.
What about yourself, Pam? What you've been getting up to? You're doing a lot of DJing now, aren't you?
Oh, well, I've ended up just through luck, really. I've just ended up doing 2 radio shows now. So on top of my main full-time NHS job, so I do Function Radio on a Thursday at 7 for a bunch of guys that's headed up by Daniel Didon-Sandry, who's been a producer and a DJ for many, many years, and he sort of started up Function Radio as a sort of spin-off from their main company. Yeah. So I do that every other week at 7, and it's obviously like the funky disco vibe that, that I love and I'm passionate about, that I tend to do a lot of mixing for that. And then I've just done a mix today for I'm Your DJ radio station, which has just launched. And that's a whole network of DJs from across the globe, really. Anything from house, techno, right through to sort of disco, funk, deep house, so it's amazing to be part of all these different sort of networks of really talented DJs, and actually connecting with them from all over the world as well. So, yeah, it's enough to keep me busy. And I've also been learning some music production as well. Took your advice back in all those months ago. And I'm hoping to start releasing some of my own music in the new year. As well as do DJing. So yeah, the passion is just grown. It's just the obsession just carries on, doesn't it, really? But yeah, I'd definitely say my music's kept me sane, I think, during this time.
Yeah, I think that's
so much doom and gloom. I think particularly I see it every day in my job in the NHS and how much is going on, and we're kind of the first to hear about it as well. So it's lovely to have that switch off, to be able to get on my decks and connect with other like-minded folk and just keep, like you say, as Dan said, keep the music alive. That is so important right now when you can't go out and perform.
Yeah, look at you guys now on a review show, journalist on the review show now as well. So we're all getting up.
It's amazing.
So I was saying, I was taking notes. I was like, I gotta do this because I thought we weren't going to be able to do the song. So I was like, let me write down what the song actually sounds like. So when we were there, I could actually have credible witness to the song.
No, we appreciate you taking the time out to put that effort in, Dan. We really do appreciate that.
No, I hate, I suffer from hoof and mouth disease. I get it from my mother. So I have a hard time of putting my foot in my mouth and saying stupid things. So notes are good for me, I have to literally start every sentence like this.
The only thing is, I hope you're going to be fair, Dan. They're not just going to be slated notes, are they? Like every song is really bad.
No, actually, to try to like really like, I as a producer, like when you're trying to like emulate, especially like doing like disco remixes and stuff, I think like being able to break down a song and find what the elements are is an important thing. I don't like to chop up a song. I try not to be negative about anybody's work, because being a teacher and teaching people, it's hard. You can't give like a harsh review, to people's work. It's their work. You have to find the good in everything, and then find a way to explain how to make it better without being negative about it. And I think that's something that gets lost in the community, because the community, people are quick to be like, yeah, that's great, but they didn't really listen to it. They're giving you a support, because they're your friend, and sometimes really credible critiques are needed. Like I love it when somebody's like, hey bro, that sucks, like you need this and that, and I'm like, thank you. Like I'm open to criticism. So no bad reviews whatsoever.
I think this is a good kind of show idea, because John came up with the idea of everybody bringing their own song to the table, basically. So it means that such a wide variety, and it supports a reach beyond what we could find on our own, So it's a good concept. So usually the guinea pigs, we'll see how it goes, basically. But hopefully it will support up and coming artists. It will kind of unveil some new music for people to check out, basically supporting the labels.
Totally. No, that's it. I try to I try to dig for obscure stuff. I'm definitely not the like top 100 guy at all. Like I really veer away from that. And me being a blogger and like being like the old school record collector and like hunter, like that's my passion. It's more than like I don't want to play what's cool. I want to play what people didn't even know was cool yet.
Yeah.
That's where it's at for me.
Definitely. And can I just say as well, Dan, are you going to behave yourself tonight? We've got a lady present tonight, so I hope
no. I've actually kept my.
What's the bad behaviour? I might
like,
treat.
She's like, I like to get rude. Let's do this.
Pam, do you want to go first and just tell us what your track name is, who the artist is?
Yeah.
Chat us through what track.
Yeah. So I think it's by Juice, and it's called I Love to Party. And the actual track, I heard it last week, and I subscribe to a music service called Mix Upload, and I've just started subscribing to them, and they have quite a lot of funky sort of new disco releases that have come on by, obviously little known artists, and I agree with Daniel. I'm always trying to dig for artists that haven't really made it, that aren't like your Calvin Harris's or David Guetta's of this world, and they're just kind of making it, small time. And I really liked it. It's got like a bit of an Aretha Franklin sample, and it's got that real strong kind of disco groove. It's the sort of song that you'd use to get a party started, and just get people on that upward curve. So it's not an absolute banger, dance around your handbag time, but it's that kind of upward curve that you'd go in the direction of when things are starting to warm up a bit. And I just took an instant liking to it, and I've recently used it in one of my mixes this weekend, and I just thought this is a really great track. And I love it when you get an old school groove and you get a bit of soulful sample, and you do something creative with it and have a nice little breakdown in the middle, and so it had all those kind of nice elements that I really like. So that's why I chose it, really.
Let's listen to that now. John, what do you on Pam's track then? What's your feedback for her?
Yeah, so I didn't really take detailed notes, to be quite honest, so I'm probably a bit unprepared or underprepared compared to you guys. But no, I did like it. I agree with what Pam's saying with that. It's definitely that kind of where you're just kind of starting to get things going. It's quite a really nice vibe to it. I liked the strings as well. I thought they were kind of overpowering. It was quite a nice kind of subtle use of the strings, but they're kind of filtered in as well. Yeah, and I really liked the bass line. The bass line was a nice rolling bass line that really just kept the whole thing ticking over. Yeah, so it's a light song from me.
Yeah, light song. Yeah, it's definitely a proper club mover, I think, isn't it? It's like you say, it's just setting that groove, getting everybody into. Because I think there's a sample in it that says "Shake My Booty," and it definitely did make me shake my booty. So I'll give it that.
Yeah. Oh wow, there you go.
Really good. No, good track, good choice. What about yourself then, Dan? What do you reckon?
I think I liked their clap was very saturated nicely. Like I'm a fan of like claps anywhere. So if you have a good like, and it sounds like 3 or 4 of them or like a whole bunch of people, I really like it even more. Yeah. You know, and I really like the Aretha Franklin sample. Like anything that has Aretha Franklin's voice in it, I'm a big fan of. You know, right from the jump. I'm a fan of the Marauder kind of bass line, that like driving.
Oh yeah, like, absolutely.
You know, that's always a fan of what I like, and also like just extra vocal chops and stuff like that. You know, the way they were chopping up Aretha's vocal, because I think when it comes to creative sampling, like that's the real key, is being able to take a vocal that you've heard a million times, like a million times, and then change it so that now something that, you know, is familiar to them, they're hearing in a different way. And I think that's what really moves music on, is being able to give them something that they've heard before in a different way. And that's what moves dance floors, you know, so.
God, you are good, Dan. You're good. That's a good review.
Can I take my review back now?
That's really.
And I got high before all of this, so I'm still good.
I think we need a competition for Dan to see how many times you can work Giorgio Moroder into each review as well.
We got a job for Big Giorgio.
The smiley. He's just like got the serious face. He's like, this is the review.
So, what would we rate it then, guys, out of 10? What would you reckon, John?
I would definitely give it an 8. I liked it.
One for the 8. Dan,
I'll go with an 8 too. Yeah, I'll go with an 8 for sure.
Yeah. I think I'll need to go for the 8. No, I think, you know what, I'm going to save the kind of higher marks. I think I'll be a bit harsher and give it a 7. I think a 7. Good 7.
Shake
up a little bit.
Somebody says,
yeah, it's teetering on their arm.
There's a long way to go with this show, so I'm trying to save some of the high scorers for some other tracks possibly. But no, it's a great track, Pam. Really good. I think so. Overall, that's a 23. Dan, do you want to do the honours and go next for us then, sir?
Sure. Yeah, I picked Funkin' Around because I'm always been into this like kind of like 80s post-punk kind of disco. You know, I like where it changed from disco to like kind of a punk rock feel, but at the same time it was electronic because they had drum machines and they had synthesizers. And I think Funkin' Around really came into that, like give you like this bohemian funk kind of sound, you know, where it's like it's gritty, it's raw. You have that like LCD sound system kind of feel to it, you know. I grew up on Big Beat, you know. I like that Big Beat, you know, the Chemical Brothers. It's very Chemical Brothers, even down to that wah, wah, you hear just a little clip of it, you know. And that was like one of my favorite jams back in the day, you know. And it was like that cross between drum and bass and breaks and disco and house and all that. So I felt like, you know, this song really gave you that, you know. It comes in with a typical, you know, disco intro, and it just kind of broke away into these guitars, and then, you know, a hip hop style vox, you know, and then it went into that indie, you know, 80s, you know, disco break. And I'm really a fan of that. You know, I'm a fan of a song that gives you a bunch of different elements and peels them back and inserts them. So, and then at the right time, I think, you know, that's a big thing too, is where things go in. I like it for its originality in a sea of people re-editing old music. You know, I think it's really cool to have something that's totally fresh and gives you that small creative sampling and takes that little bit of something familiar with something new. And that's what, you know, I feel makes a good groover there.
Do you know much about the artist as well, Dan? It's a great name, Me and My Toothbrush. That's one of the best artists I think, is it?
Yeah, hold on, I have it right here. It's Me and My Toothbrush. Me and My Toothbrush. And I think toothbrushing is very important. You know,
Yes,
Twice a day. It's got to be twice a day.
Well, yeah, no, I mean, I grew up with, I had a He-Man toothbrush, a talking He-Man toothbrush. And every morning he had this poem. And he's like, I am He-Man and I brush my teeth after each meal so my teeth will shine. It's, you know, like it's stuck in my head. I brush my teeth like 5 times a day because of He-Man. You know, he saved my teeth.
That definitely worked. Hey, what about the label? What about the label as well? I think is it Enormous Tunes. Have you heard more of theirs?
Yeah, Enormous Tunes. I think they have what are they? Totally Extinct Dinosaurs and stuff like that. They have a ton of amazing artists on there, and they're all very like low key indie, you know, electronic new disco stuff. Man, Enormous Tunes is a great label. Great label.
Right, let's listen to that one then, guys.
Town, yeah, we funkin' around. When we need your town, yeah, we funkin' around. When we need your town, yeah, we funkin' around. When we need your town, yeah, we funkin' around.
Guys, what's the feedback for Dan's choice? Who's want to go first?
I'll sort of chip in. So this was actually one of my favourites, and I was kind of thinking, damn, I wish I'd picked this one. I thought you picked a really good tune in.
Yes.
And one of the things I really love about it is it's got that funky guitar solo.
Yep.
In the track, and I'm a bit of as you know, I'm a massive Nile Rodgers fan, so anything with a bit of funky guitar and strings.
Something that's missing nowadays, you know.
Yep. Yeah, it is. It's missing in a lot, and I just think it just gives it that vibe, doesn't it? But yeah, really funky. And I'm already planning to sort of nab it for my next knit. So
my guess, spread the love.
That's what this show is all about. Mm-hmm. Music.
But yeah, love it. I love the bass on it as well. Love the bass line. It's fab. Definitely really, really strong track.
Would you reckon?
Cheers.
I'm nabbing all these tracks. I think they're all great.
He's downloading them right now.
No, I like Me and My Toothbrush. I'm actually quite a big fan of theirs. I generally play quite a lot of their music when I'm DJing. They always put out, consistently putting out good tracks. With this one, definitely it's got that party vibe, isn't it? It's just right in the middle of the party and you're really going for it. I like the guitar riffs and the way they worked alongside the bass line as well. It's got a really nice bass line. To me as well, it kind of sounded almost like I wanted to plan a heist while I was listening to it. It was like a proper heist.
It does. It has that Guy Ritchie movie feel to it, right?
Is that a good thing?
That point in the movie where the heist is happening and it's playing everything back. This is what actually happened, and the bag's getting passed off and all that sort of stuff.
I was wondering what you were up to. I was wondering what you were up to in this earlier Zoom chat, John. Is that what you were up to, planning the heist?
I've got my master plan going.
Came on with a mask earlier on, guys. I wasn't sure what he was up to, but
he's like, sick boy. He's like, go over there and get this.
That's the thing, isn't it? With this epidemic, you don't know if someone's robbing a bank or they're just doing it because of COVID. That's the thing, especially with those black masks on. You know?
See, the first time I walked into a shop with a mask on, I was like, surely somebody is going to get the police onto me here.
Yeah, exactly.
So
I don't know why people don't wear them. They're very powerful. They're very powerful because people that aren't wearing them kind of like back down to you because they can't see your facial cues. They don't really know if you're a crazy person or a murderer under the mask. So, you have to use it for its advantages.
It's funny when you bump into someone you know in a shop with a mask on because you're just kind of trying to identify them through their eyes. You're trying,
it's really bizarre, isn't it?
Is it them?
You're like, is that Uncle Bob? Is that you? No, my name's Steve.
I think we've strayed away for the review here a little bit.
Great track, though. Great track.
No, a great track, Dan. I must say, what a track. And do you know what really sold it for me? That track was do you know that little bit of cowbells, that little touch of cowbell.
That's what I was going to say too. Yeah.
That, I swear, that really changed the game for me there, Dan. Outstanding.
Yeah. Do you know what? What I think's happened in modern music, there's not enough cowbells.
Yeah.
Amen to that.
That's where we're going wrong, you know?
You never have enough cowbell.
It's like on my list of like things when I'm making a track. It's like one of those things. Like I go back at the end, I'm like, "There's not any cowbell." And it's like, even if it's just one ding, just randomly, you know, like at like 3, 5, or 7, just the one ding. That's all.
Even if it's the very last thing on the track, there has the very last sound.
I like the way you've got a checklist of things you need to put in your record, and one of them's cowbell.
Like the one guy with the triangle in the back, he's waiting. He's like. At the end,
moment to shine.
That guy that waits the whole song. He's in the orchestra. He does nothing for like a 30-minute song, and he's waiting. He's like,
for his moment to shine. His moment
to shine.
And you can't be an angry triangle player either. He can't look mad that whole time. He's got to be like standing there waiting. You know? He can't
time
be
it
angry.
Just right. Time it just to the millisecond.
Yeah.
The triangle and the cowbell players don't get enough respect, or maybe not as much respect as they should. It's quite a delicate job.
It is.
There's a lot more to it than I thought now that Dan's explaining it to us.
It is.
What are we rating this out of 10 then, guys? What do you reckon then? What's the rating for Dan?
I'm giving it a 9.
I'm giving it a 9 as well. Like I said, I'm gutted I didn't pick it.
Yeah.
It's okay. I'll give it a 10. I loved it. I thought it was great. I'm gonna be that guy. Give my own song a 10.
Yeah. I was looking at giving it an 8, but I think I'm going to push it up to an 8.5 just for the addition of the cowbell.
Oh my God.
For the cowbell, I'm going for the 0.5.
Oh,
because of the cowbell.
Just because of that cowbell, that brought it up that extra notch. So I'd say an 8.5 for that one.
Woo!
Would you say, John, 9 for yourself? Pam, you a 9 as well?
Myself, yes, that's the high score up tonight.
26.5 out of 30. That's a cracking score, that one. That's the best yet. Good job, Dan. Good job.
Thank you, sir.
I'll go next. So I chose a track called Nothing Better by Kornum and Karma.
Yeah, let's check it out now. John, I think it gave us a kind of... I was looking at my window as I was listening to it, and it was really tipping down with rain, and it brought a little sunshine into my life. I'll give you that. Nice kind of like beach kind of vibes, kind of bar style. Took me to another place, put it that way. So
did it make you feel warm inside?
I did a little bit, John. What did you think then, Dan?
It was wonderful. It was amazing. I really was into the vocal, and I thought that, you know, as again, we're going to go into bass lines. You know, I'm a big fan of the bass line. So,
Pam, what about yourself, Pam? What did you rate it?
Again, I thought a nice new disco, laid back, sort of funky track. Really like the vocal on it. Nice drop in the middle as well. Really nice drops going on. And I agree about the bass line. I think the bass line definitely has it for me. And again, a real nice one to sort of ease yourself into that kind of party vibe. I think definitely that's what I really liked about it.
I think it's a real grower as well. When I first heard it, I was thinking it was all right, but the more I listened to it a few more times, I just definitely, as a grower, John, you always seem to pick the ones that kind of grow on people. So yeah, it was a real grower. But that's always
like
a good
those
sign.
vocals, just those nice wee kind of subtle vocals. Like it just kind of draws you in.
Yeah, I think that's the mark of a good track. When it grows on you, you know it's got a bit of life in it. Then it's going to stand the test of time. I think so. A good choice, John. Good choice.
Okay, marks out of 10, people. What's
the marks out of 10 then, guys?
I'm going to give it a 9.
Whoa.
And wow, that's a biggie. Feeling generous over there. What about yourself then, Pam? What do you reckon?
Yeah, I mean, I've been a bit predictable now, but again, I'd have given that about an 8. I think it's a strong track, definitely.
Yep, no worries. I think I'll have to even out again and go for the 7, I think, as well. I think I'm saving
that song brought sunshine to you on a rainy day, Paul.
And he still threw it under the bus.
You weren't feeling, Paul. I thought you'd just gone up a notch on that one.
How can you give that a 7?
So I think I don't know. I really enjoyed it. I don't know. I think, you know me, John, I like maybe more of a kind of live influence on some of the kind of disco tracks like that. But it was a great track. It did bring a little sunshine in my life, but I think I'm going to be a little bit harsh about it and say another 7, I think. 24 there, 24, evened out again. So another 24 out of 30. Right, guys, I better finish the final choice, the Lukas Love Community from the mighty Midnight Riot Records. I think if you've been in touch with new disco and stuff recently, you'll see just how formidable Midnight Riot is and the music that they guys are actually putting out. So I thought it was kind of fitting to support what they guys are doing right now. So yeah, it was released, what have I got here, the 25th of September. It's from the Lukas is an Italian-based DJ and producer, and he's been around for a while now, but I think he's getting a lot of respect through the top labels, and this release shows that really. So let's check it out now. Guys, what's the verdict?
I really liked it. I'm a big fan of like nondescript chatter, you know, like in a song. Like I don't really know what they're saying, but I'm like interested. Like that's one of like my favorite things, you know, like when you're in the club and like what are they saying? Like it draws your attention oddly, you know, for something that you'll never make out, you'll never understand what they're saying. But it's like it's cool because I look for like stuff, and the first thing that I'm thinking is like, you know, like 70s blaxploitation films, you know, and then all of a sudden, bam, there was the organ. And I was like, it's right on cue, you know, with where my head was at. And I'm like, oh, this is great. And you get some Rhodes come in, and I like the way a song like layers in like that, you know, and it just goes into a roll and then this drop of this bass, you know, and I'm a fan of its dream kind of disco heaven dream sequence breakdown, you know, which I think is always the thing, you know, like when you're at the club in the disco days, you know, it was just constant beat, and you're dancing, you're high as hell. And all of a sudden they had this dream sequence, you know, or it's like a harp plays and something like that. And that's an element that was right there. And I loved it, you know, and, you know, they had this like great space, like disco wind up into, you know, a great filtered sample. I'm a fan of again, like, what I see lately in new disco is that it's like it's a filter, but it's also muffled. So like not only is there like the bass removed, but it's kind of muffled down a bit, and it sits right in this like frequency range, you know, where you're getting that familiar feeling, but it's still something new around it. And I thought it was great. I thought it was a great tune.
Yep. Anybody anything else left to say on this track? I think Dan's pretty much got up.
I agree with what Dan said there.
I agree with that. Oh, that was a great review. What do you reckon then, guys? Any more input to that? I think Dan's Sold that.
I can't follow Dan's review. I think I'm going to do a bit of a McDonald's on this one, short and fast.
Yep. What would you reckon?
I'd say nice. It had a really nice drum and bass intro, and I think again it's another party starter for me. It's not the full on. You lose yourself in disco euphoria, but it's definitely get a party starter track. It's a very gradual tease, I think, towards the main middle section of the song. And also I thought it was quite trippy. It almost took me back a little bit to the 90s, just slightly. Quite a bit of sort of psychedelic trippiness going on. But my only slight negative, and it's the first time I've done it, just needs probably a little bit more spice to it, just a little bit more going on in certain bits, but it's a good solid track, definitely.
Are you just saying that, Pam, because I gave you a 7?
No,
only kidding.
No, really, honestly, I'm really.
He's like, no, I give it a 6. It's good.
Yeah.
I'm only kidding. No,
it just needed a little bit more going on, but I love the sound to it.
No, it's constructive feedback. I think that's like Dan was saying. It's good to give a good bit of constructive feedback. That's what it's all about. It wouldn't be a review show if we just praised everything basically.
It's great.
He's so awesome. And there's like a guy in the back. He's really angrily banging on a cowbell, and we all liked it just because there was cowbell. It's great.
Yeah, great job. What do you reckon, John? You get anything left?
Yeah, I enjoyed it. For me, it's got that kind of barroom vibe to it, isn't it? To definitely kind of put it in the barroom setting. There's quite a lot of different elements throughout the track as well. I thought they were all quite nicely mixed together. It progressed quite nicely. I liked the organ and the guitar loop working together. The bass line was very funky as well. I think I liked the vocal. The vocal was a nice kind of like filtered vocal as well. It was kind of chopping in and out. And I liked what they done with the strings. They kind of sat the strings right in the back of the mix rather than have it kind of overpowering everything else. So everything worked quite well together for me. And it was quite jazzy in places as well. I felt like I kind of had that kind of jazzy vibe going on.
Yeah, I think you said it earlier. It's had a nice little kind of breakbeat at the end of the bar, and just kind of skips along, doesn't it? It's got a good groove.
So it's quite cool the way it kind of came in with that breakbeat as well at the start and stuff. So yeah, I really enjoyed it. It was good. Good one for me.
Nice one. What do you reckon then, guys? What we're scoring it?
I'm going to give it an 8.5.
Oh.
No, I'll give it a full 9. I'll give it a full 9.
Oh, he's feeling generous. A 9 from Dan. What do you reckon then, guys?
I think it's 7.5 for me.
7.5.
Almost there. Just needed a little bit more something.
Yep, no worries. That's it. What do you reckon, John?
I'm going to give it a 7.5 as well.
You just wanted a 0.5, didn't you?
You started 0.5. Yeah. You started.
Paul.
24 out of 30. These are quite respectable scores, but not that anybody's going to bring any rubbish tracks to the panel, are they really? But no, that's a respectable score. 24 out of 30. Brilliant.
Should we have a round of applause for all the contenders? Yeah.
Yay!
So tonight's winner is me and my toothbrush, by the sounds of it.
What's that?
I'd say so.
It's me and my toothbrush.
That is the track of the show, I think. That is the winner.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, now we got to play it in the outro. It's like, take it away.
Yeah,
I'm definitely going to be following me my toothbrush.
Because we've got all 4 of us in the screen right now, like a split screen. It's almost like that kind of heist movie thing where you can see all the different elements happening at the same time.
You're not giving up in this heist, are you, John?
He's not. I mean, I'm in it. I'm a great driver, so just let me know. Amazing driver.
You're a little bit far away for the heist, though, I'm afraid.
But see, they always bring, in all the Guy Ritchie movies, they always have one American dude that they fly over. You notice?
Yeah.
They're like, no, he's coming from America. He's good. He's like
definitely the right location.
Yeah. I'm that guy.
You are.
Usually he's kind of sat in the van outside listening into things and kind of bugging phone lines and things, isn't he?
How do you guys get so good at driving cars with all that LA traffic over there?
I'm crazy. I drive on the shoulder. I do like all kinds of things that like aren't really legal. I probably shouldn't even be saying these things, but like I just don't. I think rules are arbitrary, when it comes to driving. So that's just me.
See, just before we kind of wrap things up, Dan, talk us through a typical day in the life of Dirty Dan. You getting up, and what's your day looking like today then?
I'm probably, let's say Saturday, I'm probably going to go shopping is what I do. I'm out hunting for sneakers with leopard prints to like match my shoes. I don't know. Like I'm I like right now with the COVID, there's like really nothing to do. I've been like, the isolation's been very getting to me because I like to like go and do things. I like to be out all the time, and I've been very stuck in my home. And the only thing that's been really my like saving grace is that they opened stores back up. So, you know, I could go and like, you know, wander around and like look at things. But, you know, other than that, I'm probably going to be here all day working and working on music and stuff. So.
You still doing your course and things as well? I remember you were.
Actually, I was just supposed to start with Point Blank in September, and I have a knee surgery coming up on the 13th. Ironically, Friday the 13th, they're going to operate on me. So I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, you know. So I'm going to be, you know, out of commission for 8 weeks. I'll be on crutches 6 to 8 weeks. So.
Oh God.
I'm kind of trying to get as much material done as I can. So then this way, while I'm healing up, I don't have to like sit and feel like, oh, I should be making music right now, or I should be doing this. I could just sit there and watch TV and just, you know, heal up.
Get Netflix on.
Yeah.
Come on and chat.
It's hard for me though to like watch that now. That like I've been due to the COVID. There's nothing left to watch. It's over. It's all been watched. Like once I watched that Borat movie.
You completed Netflix.
Yeah, I beat Netflix. I beat Hulu. I'm trying to get the Big Boss on Amazon Prime right now. There's like that one guy I have left to fight.
So I've got to try and find that secret level, Dan.
Yeah, you like up, down, left, right. You got to use the secret code to like get into Netflix. But they actually do. If you look, there's actually ones for Netflix that there's all kinds of codes for Netflix. If you go online and like, what are the Netflix codes? Like you could type in certain things and get like Guy Ritchie films, like all stuff that, you know, it's like in that vein. It's really crazy.
Okay.
Don't encourage him, man. Don't encourage John anymore, for God's sake. He's already.
I was going to say, he's got this thing about heist. You don't want to, you know, too much.
Yeah, right. He's like, you just want heist films. There you go.
What about yourself, Pam? What's the plans for your Saturday evening then?
Oh, I'm going out for dinner. I'm being very civilised with
nice.
My lovely other half. Yeah.
Italian food, is it? What kind of food are you going for?
I'll probably will end up with a pizza. That's about as Italian as I can.
Dan's
Carol after my own heart.
Nice bit of vino, a nice bit of pizza. You can't be set.
It's an ideal Saturday night right there.
Yeah.
That's worldwide.
I'm quite looking forward to it.
That's worldwide. There's nothing that beats pizza anywhere in the world.
You can't.
No.
Are you a pineapple on pizza, or do you think it's an abomination? What's your view on it?
I'll eat anything, you know, once or twice, and like, you know, to know that I didn't like it the second time. But I mean, I'm more of a meat and cheese guy. No vegetables. I just want meats and cheese. And that's it. You know?
Extra cheese. Get some extra cheese on there.
Even though I'm lactose intolerant, I still eat the extra cheese and do it. And I eat the whole pie and then hate myself the next day.
What about yourself, John? What are you up to? Anything exciting tonight, sir?
Having a wee steak dinner tonight. Watching a bit of Netflix, watching Oceans 11, 12, 13 and possibly 14 if it exists.
Are you going to do 8 as well?
Is there an Oceans 8?
Yeah, with all women.
Okay, yeah, I'll start with that one. I'll just do it in numerical order.
Yeah, do it. Yeah, right? Go for it.
Yeah, but have you seen Borat yet, John? We watched a bit of Borat. Did you watch it, Dan?
Oh, yeah, I watched it last night. Yeah.
So good. What I like about him is the fact that he has a way of unlocking people's own asshole, you know, like he lets them walk into being themselves, and it's just perfect. And the man's a genius. I mean, you can't knock it.
I'll tell you what I'm binging on at the minute. Louis Through on the Edge.
Oh, nice. Right,
I think I think it's on BBC actually. I'm not sure if
he's great for that as well. So you're getting people to
it's kind of like Louis got to 50 and he's having a mini midlife crisis, and he's stopped making shows, but instead he's kind of revisiting episodes and revisiting the people that were on them.
Right.
What happened to them? It's absolutely fascinating.
Is this a new show? Is this
Louis Through? Yeah, Louis Through on the Edge, it's called.
This has just become a television review show right now, hasn't it? We've kind of
we go into furniture reviews
some games next. We'll do games next.
Furniture.
Well, thanks for
the new Icklock from IKEA is incredible. 4 cabinet spaces.
Well, actually, I've got my IKEA desk right here. Tying the room together.
Just reviewing everything now. No, we won't keep you guys too much longer. Pam, I know you've got a bit of pizza to go out and help yourself to, so we won't keep you guys.
I've got cats to feed, pizza to eat, you know what I mean? Rock and roll lifestyle all the way.
I've got a bit of Strictly Come Dancing to go and watch with my better half, so a bit of Strictly. That's my Saturday night. That's my Saturday night sorted out.
You're going to give them up to a 10. I bet you're going to give them all 7.5 and stuff.
I take it you guys normally would have been out DJing in Glasgow, wouldn't you? Pre-COVID.
Yeah,
we had one gig. We got one gig after the whole COVID thing, and then nothing after that.
It was a beautiful moment to see John again. Beautiful moment to be reunited for that 1 minute in music, John.
Strange DJing the whole night with a mask on, though. It was just quite surreal, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It's a bit like Alternate, you know, the rave band from the 1960s.
The ravey band, the ravey band.
They were well ahead of the game, weren't they?
They really were, weren't they? It's so funny now.
Oh, thanks a lot, guys. It's been an absolute pleasure catching up with you again. Thanks for taking time out as always. Dan, enjoy your shopping. Enjoy your day of shopping. I hope you get
cheers, you guys. Enjoy your steak.
Yeah.
Enjoy your pizza.
Enjoy your brunch, Dan. I know what you're going to have for brunch.
Oh, yeah, I'm definitely going to go and eat.
LA brunch. Thanks a lot. You guys take care, all right? Catch you again soon.
Yeah, see you soon. Thanks, everyone.
Yes, thank you.
Bye.
Bye.